Sound check. Let me know that you can hear and you can see me. Hashtag live. If you're watching me live, hashtag replay. If you're watching the replay, sound looks like it is working, which is great. So today I want to talk to you about Vital. And I'm going to share a story with you from many, many moons ago. I can't believe it's over 25 years ago that I learnt my first Vital message. And I was working for a company called IPC. They ran magazines. They built magazines. I was working on a magazine called Marie Claire magazine. And I was I'd been there for 9 months and I was in sales and I'd learned how to do sales, and I was bringing loads of value with the sales that I was making, and it was all very, very exciting, yet I still felt really quite unfulfilled. Sales was never my calling. It was never something that I really, really wanted to do. Sales was something I wanted to learn, but it wasn't something that I wanted to do. So I left that job. So I left IPC and I went and worked for a smaller publishing house. And when I arrived at this publishing house, there were I'd say about 10 people working for a exhibition, and the exhibition was called the Restaurant Show, and that was where I first experienced working with exhibitions. And I joined this exhibition as a sales exec. So I was phoning up and I was selling stands, and I was really quite good at it because I'd worked in such a hard environment working for IPC, which is a huge, huge international business, working on the best magazine in the whole of the world, Marie Claire magazine. So I had a lot of resilience, I had a lot of experience, and I was working on this smaller exhibition, which I really, really enjoyed. And the Restaurant Show was it was doing okay, but I was brought in to come and turn it around. So I was there for a couple of months and I got promoted to being an event director, which was amazing. It was great to be an event director, and I was promoted, but I didn't get a pay increase. And I kind of was really quite fed up about that, because I was kind of like, well, if they think I'm that great, they've hired me 3 months later, why haven't they given me a pay increase? They've given me a title increase, which I think was all about ego, and that was fine because I was young. But they haven't given me a pay increase. Why haven't they given me a pay increase? And I remember going home and sitting with my dad, and I was complaining. And I said, oh, Dad, it's really unfair. They've given me an increase with regards to my title, but they haven't given me a pay increase. And he said to me, and this was my first lesson when it came to understanding what it means to be vital. He said to me, what value have you brought this company? And I was like, well, what do you mean, what value have I brought? He said, well, what have you done for the company? Have you worked there for a long time and brought them in more money? And I was like, no, not yet. I've only just arrived, but I want a pay increase. And he said, well, have they had enough time to get to know you and trust that you're going to deliver on what you say you can do? And I was like, I've been there for a few months. And he's like, that's not enough for a company to build trust. He said to me, what kind of reason do you think you have given them to give you a pay increase? And I was like, well, because I'm great. I'm awesome. And he's like, yes, but have you showed them? Have you shown them that you are bringing that value and that you're making them that money and it's worth giving you the pay increase? And I was like, no, I haven't. And that was my first lesson in understanding the power of positioning yourself as a vital asset. Now, I wasn't using that language 25 years ago. Vital is something that we've only used in recent years. So I'm being very aware that I can't say that I thought, oh, I must be vital, because that wasn't what went through my mind. But it was a huge lesson around the more value that you bring to a business, Amanda, the more they will pay you. The more trust that a business has on you, Amanda, the more they will pay you. The more impact you have on a business, the more they will pay you. And so on and so on and so on. And at 23 years old, when my dad first told me this, and I was really miffed. I sat there and I was like, oh, but I want this pay rise. And, oh, I deserve it. I'm excellent. I'm amazing. And he's like, just because you deserve it is not enough reason for them to do it. You have to show them, and you have to build trust, and you have to build loyalty. And this lesson has sat with me for my entire life when it comes to running my own business and being employed in other people's firms. And this is where we talk about being vital. So when you are running your accountancy practice, when you're being a business advisor, and you know that you are great, and you're frustrated that you're not being paid your worth, and that you're attracting the wrong clients, and that the top tier talent doesn't want to work with you, it's about your positioning and your brand and how people see you and how they value you. And this lesson that I learned when I was 23 years old from my father, who is a tax technician, the lesson that I learned from my father has stood me in great grounding, because one thing that you have to do if you want to get paid more, if you want to attract the best talent, if you want to have the best opportunities, you have to provide more value. You have to create an impact with the people you're working and build relationships of trust. Now, when I talk about being vital, there's two other things as well. I talk about being agile and showing that you're moving with the times, and also lucrative, so you can make businesses money. So vital stands for valued, impactful, trusted, agile, and lucrative. And when I was 23 years old, that is the message that my dad told me, not in that acronym, but that was the message he was getting across. Amanda, you haven't proved to them that you are worth more. And years ago, when we had a job, or even now when we have a job, we have to prove it through time and through experience and through results. What we want to do when we want to get better clients and that we want to actually attract the top tier talent is we have to prove it through our marketing. Because the person who is marketing and showing that they are vital, that they're bringing more value, and that they can be trusted before someone buys for them, they are the people who are going to get the business. It doesn't matter how qualified you are, how great you think you are. It doesn't matter how much value you bring someone if they don't know about it. So if you position yourself in the marketplace as a commoditized accounting firm, if you look and sound the same as everybody else, people are not going to see your value. And this is the key lesson that I learned when I was 23, and I really hope that it's landing with you, is that you are responsible as the firm owner, as the partner, as a team member. If you're a team member watching this, you are responsible to show the value to your audience and to bring value and create an impact and build those relationships of trust. That is your responsibility. And if you don't show it before someone buys from you, what is going to happen is the person who is better at marketing is going to get that job, or is going to get that great client, or is going to attract that top tier talent. So, as my dad said to me, you have to show that you're valuable before you ask for the value back. And the best way to do that is through marketing in this modern age. I hope this is useful. It was a huge lesson that I learned that absolutely has stuck with me for, I was going to say hundreds of years. It feels like hundreds of years. It's actually 25 years. And I would love for you to understand that, we all want to get paid more. We all want to be valued more. We all want people to see that we're the best accountant, or we run the best firm, or we help people the most. But it's our job as the business owner to share that value with people so that they get to know, like, and trust you before they start working with you. So that's why positioning yourself is so vital. Okay. And it de-commoditizes your practice, because you all look the same. So if you all look the same, then you should all be charging the same, right? So what we have to do is differentiate you so you stop looking the same, and people can see the value that you individually bring in your accounting firm, the difference of your firm to Bob's firm next door, okay? And then you can charge your worth, and then you can attract the top tier talent. All right, that is today's vital lesson of the day, and I'll catch up with you all in another video. If you watch this live, #live. If you watch the replay, #replay. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, and then you'll get notified when I go live or when I upload a video. And if you're watching this on social media and you have found it useful, please like, comment, let me know what your feedback is, and I look forward to catching up with you all soon.